Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 3-1 loss against Hibs in the League Cup semi-final at Hampden today. As I said on Twitter, there are games where you know the team are done, and today was that game. Unfortunately, the team just lacked everything, and going by Goldson's post-match comments as well, I think it's what we all thought long ago, is the team have let one title get to their head and they don't seem to have that hunger anymore. Now we can talk about, was it a case of that was stemmed from Gerrard and it fed into the players, or was it the players and it fed into Gerrard? You know, you can talk about that till the cows come home, but the bottom line is, I don't care if your remit is to win the title. I don't care if you've lost your hunger. You play for Rangers. Your remit is win, win, win. And you don't stop. And that's the simple case of it. And today we found out the team, bar maybe one or two players today, the team really have got some serious issues in terms of their mentality in the team. And I think we've seen it all season. Going into the game itself, we made 5 changes from the Ross County game. Lined up McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun, Barisic, Arfield, Davis, Kamara, Aribo, Kent and Morelos. On the subs bench were McLaughlin, Bassey, Lundstrom, Hadji, Jack, Patterson, Bacuna, Wright and Sakala. So the first half, overall, it was an embarrassing shambles of a defensive display in the first half. The back line are absolutely done. They don't look as if they've played together at all. Just absolutely shambolic from minute 1 today. As per though, we played well for the first 8 minutes. We looked fired up, played with intent and pace. Hibs got a couple of early yellows. The first one happened on 20 seconds in when it could have easily been a red. And then on the 9th minute, the inevitable defensive blunder, and it led to Hibs' goal. Hibs went 1-0 up on the 9th minute. It was a corner from the right to the middle to Tavernier. I just do not know what he was doing at all. He tries to chest it back to McGregor. For what reason? I'm still absolutely baffled by it. It finds a Hibs player at the back post who collects it and smuggles it into the back of the net. Again, no players on the post. Don't know what the reason for that is, but just the inexplicableness of Tavernier trying to chest it back in a crowded box, it's beyond belief. The worst of it was all against the run of play. Hibs then started to play better and they got their second on the 21st minute. And again, it was another defensive blunder. It was a simple through ball into the box. The attacker gets in front of Tavernier, who I think it was Goldson should have been covering the player, but Goldson was nowhere to be seen. Tavernier had to drift over. He never kept up with his man, and the attacker had a shot into the net. It was really that simple. And I just said to my dad as well, just beforehand, Tavernier's going to cost us another goal. Wasn't all down to Tavernier, that goal. Obviously, Goldson has to play his part as well, but not tracking your man, that's in the box, that's criminal. We started to get a grip of the game again. We were playing some lovely football at times in the middle to front. Aribo in particular was a standout. He had some fantastic close touch play, 1-2s, really good skill as well, beating men, really, really good to see. But once the ball had been moved forward, we were doing absolutely nothing with it. And then the game went from bad to worse on the 37th minute. 3 words you don't like to hear: penalty to Hibs. Can't have any arguments about it at all. Davis barges into the attacker from behind in the box. Clumsy. That's really all it was. Really clumsy. Put us under a lot of pressure there because Hibs a minute later stepped up and scored the penalty, and I think it was Boyle who got a hat-trick with that penalty as well. We thought that was all done and dusted there. However, we did pull a goal back 2 minutes later because on the 39th minute, Arfield scores to make it 3-1. Tavernier crosses in from the right, a deflection off the defender, right to another defender in the middle who tries to clear it first time, but only right to Arfield in the box, who controls it and curls one into the left side. Really good composure. A defensive blunder from Hibs as well, but we'll take it every which way we can, considering we've given away 3 really cheap goals. So into the second half, we couldn't afford any more mistakes. At the time, I felt the best we could have hoped for was getting it to extra time and penalties, as I couldn't really see us scoring 3 in open play to win the match in the last 45. So, given the lack of the cutting edge as well, we were really, really struggling, and how bad our defensive back line have been as well. Looking for some changes as well. It needed freshened up. We needed an injection of pace, and we needed an injection of skill really in the final third to get us something. However, absolutely baffling. No changes at half time. We were largely in control in the second half. However, I don't remember the Hibs keeper making a single save to make. I don't remember McGregor making a single save, mind you, but we just done absolutely nothing with it. It was the usual case of getting to the wing, crossing in, getting to nowhere, trying to go through the middle, getting blocked out, and this lack of want to have a shot. Once again, we tried to walk it in, find the perfect angle. And then the substitutions, when they came, I'm at a loss. I really am. Just the most ridiculous substitutions you've ever seen. Kent came off on the 60th minute for Sakala. I mean, Kent was one of the good players in the team, trying to find that wee gap, trying to get a bit of skill going there. 69th minute, Arfield and Aribo came off. Two of the other good players in the team so far, Hadji and Jack, came on. You're needing 2 goals. Why bring on another sitting midfielder? And then in the 80th minute, Balogun and Kamara came off for Bassi and Wright. Just absolutely nonsensical. I'm still at a loss for words, and I think most of us are as well. And then probably the chance of the second half for us, Tavernier with a corner from the right on the 88th minute. We got the break of the ball from a header down. And then Peter Van Goldson with a shot over the bar from 7 yards. Just it was easy to hit the target than blowing it over the bar. Just it sums the team up, to be honest, just now. And with Goldson's comments after the game as well, it just compounded what we've all been feeling. What is worse, and I know Dave and I have still to speak about it, is obviously the whole Gerrard situation and Giovanni Van Bronckhorst being in place as a new manager now. He wasn't in the dugout today, he was in the stands, but he knows he's got a job ahead of him now. And what is even more baffling is these players should have realised they are playing for their Rangers career. And if you don't want to be there, that's fine. But at least give enough to the team to secure a decent move away for you, because we've got values for these players. If some of these players want away now, I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to try your heart out if you actually wanted to move away from the team. But it's symptomatic of what's been this season, and it's not good enough in the slightest. As I said, your remit is to win and win and win. And that's all it should be at Rangers. What it should be as a footballer, but some players are motivated by other things, and that's unfortunately the way of the mercenary world of football these days. It's another cup we're out of. We've got to take it on the chin. We've got to learn from it again. New manager coming in. It's going to be a quick turnaround because we're playing against Sparta Prague at home on Thursday. That's an 8 PM kickoff. I'm not sure when Dave and I will be recording. Hopefully this week. So we'll hopefully get that out before the Sparta Prague game and give our comments over the last couple of weeks' dramas. So enjoy what's left of your Sunday night if you can. Thanks for listening and goodbye.